Hello out there in the interwebs. You have your tubes tuned to Canobroni, and I am in another wasteland island. I have actually done a lot of building off camera, little viewers, but not in this dimension. This is the copy that I said I was going to make at the end of the last episode, because I already got the other dome completely built. Oh, and I forgot to turn back to normal after having played around in creative mode on a thing. So, this is going to be the side of the second dome. This is the dome that's going to have my various workstations and stuff. And in the last world, I had a whole bunch of frame rate issues, and I figured out why. One of the optional mods is Aquatic Abyss, I believe it's called. And it adds a lot of really cool fish and stuff, but something with all those fish causes tons of lag. And so I got this. So I got rid of that mod. You can actually get that mod out of the pack if you don't want to play with it. And unless you have a super awesome computer, I would recommend that. But I also promised last time that I would show off some of these things that I made. So, let's start off with the building guide. And I'll put it right there. And then I'll put a lever on top of it. So this is a building guide. It creates ghost blocks in whatever shape and size you define. And you get to do that by clicking that lever. There you go. This is actually the shape for the dome that I was doing on the other one. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do the same size for all my machinery. I probably should, because I needed a whole lot of space for all of the energy that I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to want a whole lot of space for all of the machines I want to do too. I'm just going to shoot all these things. I also made Mjolnir. Just an Enderium hammer, because I figured, hey, I have a whole bunch of shiny and ender pearls laying around, I might as well. So you change the size of your thing by, excuse me, I have some magma cubes to deal with. Also, you may notice that I have magma cubes here, and I am not in the nether. Well, the different dimensions and stuff can have mob spawns that aren't normal. This is actually the third. Yeah, this is the third copy I tried to make using different digits, because the first one I did had squid just spawning on dry land, and that was obnoxious. I got a whole bunch of ink sacs, but I did not want to have squid just spawning in all over in my base. So, let's go ahead and just sit down. You shift right click. Excuse me, let me get an empty hand. Because if you right click with the rapier, you bounce backwards. Anyway, shift right click changes the shape. Right now it is a triangle, a pentagon, a hexagon, an octagon, a sphere, and I accidentally double clicked, and we are back to cylinder, which is what I actually need. And then, if say I wanted to show exactly what I wanted, I can do like this, and it will shrink it, because you smack it on the bottom, and it makes it smaller. If you smack it on the top, it makes it bigger. Same thing, if you smack it on one of the sides, it'll make the sides, it'll increase the number of blocks on that axis. Like, if I were to smack it here, it would increase along this axis here. And if I smacked it over here, it would shape it that way. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just make the same size. So, I'll just leave that like that, and get to showing you one of the next things that is very, very convenient. This is the Resident Exchanger, and I believe I mentioned it, that it lets you exchange blocks, which might not have made very much sense to you at the time, little viewers. Well, this dried dirt is real quick to harvest. If I want to have this whole area looking like a wasteland, I just have the whole area having these kind of dried dirt blocks. So you shift right click to set whatever block you want. Up in the top left, you can see it shows the block. It shows that I have 28 of it in my inventory, and it shows a radius of 1. Now you can take that all the way up to 8, and that does a ton of blocks at once. I'm going to go... might as well do it at 8, just because. So when you have your radius set, and you have your block set, you go down, and you see all those there? You click, and you get some frames, but it will change all of those blocks within the radius to whatever block you have in your inventory, as long as you have inventory. It also will break those blocks and put them in your inventory, so you have to make sure that you have room for them. And then the last thing is the chisel. This is an obsidian chisel, which I'm pretty sure has a couple features that I'm not actually going to be using. I forget which drawer I need. Well, I need them both. Alright, and then this last one is the chisel. This is specifically the Chisel 2 chisel, because there are several different chisels that you will need to deal with. So we'll go that one there, that one there. This one is the one that I want, and it is of course facing the wrong way. Oh, that one is empty. Her derp. Alright, if I wrench it, will it turn? Let us see, little viewers. Most stuff, if you smack it with a wrench, it'll turn. So, we shall see. Wrench, wrench, wrench. Turn. Come on. Dang. Alright, well, I'll just break this one since it doesn't actually have anything in it. So, this is a thing of concrete, which is what I'm going to be using for most of my stuff. I'll just pull out a stack of it, and then go to the obsidian chisel and right click, and it brings up this. And you can do this with a lot of different blocks, little viewers. You can even do it with stuff that most people would not consider blocks, like torches or iron bars, or I'm pretty sure doors too. But you take whatever block you want, you set it up there, and you get a whole bunch of options for them. Different blocks have different options, and I will be starting with this, the concrete. And I'll be doing that basically all around the bottom. And that's how I did the other one. So let's go ahead and show you. Let's go take a look at what it looks like finished, little viewers, because it takes a little while to actually do. We'll just pop back home. I also should probably make a couple extra things to make it easier to go back and forth from that dimension, because yes, in the other dome, in Banger Dome, the one that's actually complete, I have also set it up so that I can easily go back and forth between the end of time and that thing. Let's just get all the way over to the Leo Piercer, go forward a bit, and ugh, my frames. I thought there might be something else going on my computer that is eating up some cycles. I don't know, my frame rate comes and goes, little viewers. This is why I don't record at 60 frames per second, because I don't get a consistent 60 frames per second for most anything, really. Alright, we are here. We are, oh, there we go. Much better. So, back to here, and if we go to, I believe it's the one in the middle. Nope, that's where we were. I also finished off the little platform here. You notice I have several of the matter transmitters, and I also have one over by the cauldron over there in the corner. That one is where I'm going to be putting all my mob spawners. That'll be later. Over here in Banger Dome, I shall show you where my finished project is, and this is where all the energy is going to go. I haven't finished moving everything over here just yet. Again, we start on our little platform here. I'll probably be getting rid of this platform soon, though, viewers, because here's our dome. We have weathered concrete tiles on the bottom. We have weathered concrete blocks along half the wall, and then it goes to partially weathered concrete blocks. And I would have used regular concrete blocks, but those are a connected texture, and it would look very weird contrasted with the little block textures here. So I used the double slab, concrete double slab, and then I also used the borderless glass for the dome. I might use quite clear glass for the second one, because this one, you can see it still has the little glass stuff in the center, which can kind of mess with your view. I'm still not quite sure yet, loyal viewers. So that's all I have to show at the moment, loyal viewers. Oh yes, this. Over here I made another dialing device and another matter transmitter. And underneath I have all three set up with some power and just a little RF exciter. It's just a base one, so it's 100 RF a tick. These things can eat up a ton of RF, but I'm not going to be using them all the time, so I don't need to have a huge amount of RF going. The transmitters, I believe, take 100,000 RF to send you somewhere, and the receivers take 10,000 RF to receive you. So it's 110 RF, 110,000 RF each time, but that's not really any kind of worry to us, loyal viewers, because we have some pretty good power generation going on, and we will soon be getting into some more power generation. But I think I need to get a whole bunch of other stuff built first. Like what? Well, oh yes, and when we come back over here on this little platform that I made. If this was actually Chrono Trigger, that's where the epoch would usually be. Biggie, die. There we go. Alright, and yeah, the little blaze farm, it is working splendidly. We are almost at 7,500 blaze rods. Look at that. And since because it is so much more efficient to turn them into pyrotheum dust, loyal viewers. It really is. If you are serious about doing furnace generators and such, you probably want to be burning pyrotheum dust, because you can get sulfur and blaze powder from the blazes. Pulverized coal is a little bit more obnoxious to get, but I'm pretty sure that wither skeletons will drop coal. So if you have a wither skeleton spawner, you'll be getting a whole bunch of coal. And then for the redstone, if you have a witch spawner, you get tons and tons of redstone. Another thing, how's this guy doing? Oh, we are so close, little viewers. We need one more sextuple compressed cobblestone, and we will have our octuple compressed cobblestone. I might get into doing some of that later, actually, little viewers, depending on how long it takes me to do other stuff. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut out here, little viewers. And when we come back, we may be playing around with some advanced power stuff, or we may be looking at some more spawners, or I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do, loyal viewers. So I will catch you in a moment. And I'm back, and I realized something else that I want to show you, loyal viewers. I want to show you the Magnum torch. Now these things are pretty expensive. They require a regeneration 2 potion and a healing potion 2 for each one. They also require these chandeliers, and those chandeliers each require a diamond. So, it's 5 diamonds each, and you need to have a gas tier involved, and you need to have a glistering melon, so you need melons, you need glowstone. There's a lot of stuff you need to be able to make these Magnum torches, and of course you need to have the QED. And you're going to want probably a pretty good setup of QED, because they take a little while to craft. But they are incredibly useful, loyal viewers, because these are the Magnum torches, and they prevent spawning within 64 blocks. Any kind of hostile mobs, they cannot spawn within 64 blocks of one of these Magnum torches. Regular slimes might be able to. I'm not actually sure on that. They might be able to. I kind of doubt it. Well, maybe. I don't know. I've never actually done it before. But we'll stop one down there. Hello, blue slimes. I'm not going to be seeing much of you for quite a while. And that. And, well, Isaac. No one likes you, Isaac. Look how easily you die. Alright, so once these guys all despawn, there should not be any more monsters showing up around here. I also need to make sure I get myself a chunk loader, because I forgot that I don't have a chunk loader here, because this should be this should have a lot more glass in it than it does. Why aren't you doing? Oh, you are. You're just not making noise. You are. Oh, I know why. Because again, I didn't have a chunk loaded, and I actually let them run low on power in the time that took me to set up the actual power stuff. So they are. Yeah, this guy is slowly sucking up more power than he really should, but it will fix itself out eventually. So I don't remember if I've made a chunk loader with you guys, but we're not going to make a chunk loader, at least not right now, because, boom, that one. Let's go ahead and land, and there we go. Alright, so this guy needs a little bit of power. You see he's only got 8 more teleports left in him. So we'll pull out our handy dandy bag. And this is why I like to have the golden bag of holding low viewers, because it holds a decent amount of stuff. And it's good for, you know, putting in the various things that you're going to want to keep around. So I need some of those, some of that, some of that, and some of that. Alright, so let's actually put this stuff on our hotbar, huh? That'd probably help. That thing, this guy, and that guy. Alright, so we will go bloop and bloop. And then I'm going to dig down a little bit. There we go. Because now I can get underneath. And now I'll just put that right there. And then one more across like that. We'll put down our dialing device. And then we'll put down our matter transmitter. And then this guy. No! Whew, okay. It did not take out anything actually important. It did destroy both of... It's a friggin' creeper. It did destroy both of the boxes, but that's okay. The crates are pretty easy to make. I do... Oh, it did break some of the cable and one of the... one of the RF exciters, so I'm going to turn that off because I really want to have those upgrades back. I don't need lungs. I don't need arrows. Alright, what else do I need to pick up? I need to pick up this upgrade. Don't need the glass, that stuff. Alright, so hopefully that should never happen again, little viewers. Because now we have those Magnum torches going. And, well, I think the reason why is pretty self-explanatory now. Ah, man, I can't believe that stupid creeper. Alright, put that there. Get all our exciter upgrades back on there. Get some lag. There we go. Alright, and it's actually kind of fortunate that, I don't have a chunk loader, because... Ah yes, I didn't set this because of sudden creeper. Anyway, click on that one, we click on the end of time, we click dial, and now this guy should take us home. Stupid creepers. Creepers be creeping. Start teleportation. Whoosh! Alright, and we're back home. So, after that mild little heart attack, I'm going to go ahead and do some more stuff off camera, little viewers. When we return, I will probably have this dome built, because it does take a little while, but it's not too bad, especially with the various tools. Oh, I actually forgot to show off one of the tools, so I think we'll come back to me showing that off. So, I will catch you in a moment, little viewers. And I'm back, little viewers. So, I promised to show off the builder's wand. This makes it very, very easy for building a lot of stuff really quickly. And it looks like I forgot to put a somewhere. Getting a little bit of frames here, but it's not too bad. I forgot that block. Now then, the builder's wand. You can see these little wireframes when I'm holding it on those blocks, but they're not showing up on that block. That's because the builder's wand will do like that. It will place a whole bunch of blocks in whatever pattern you already have down. And of course you have to make sure you have those blocks in your inventory. So that's how the builder's wand works, loyal viewers. And it allows for some building really quickly. I mean, if you had a floor to build, you can just build one strip, and then you just use the builder's wand to get the rest of it. If you're going to build like a tower, you build the outer wall, and then you can just go straight up like this. And there we go. Going to be going up 4. I'm going to make it the same size as the other dome, because why not? You may also notice that a lot of the area around here is now covered in the wasteland dirt instead of stone like it was, but there's still a decent amount of stone around. Well, I don't know how, but somehow about 1,000 blocks of the dried dirt got some kind of weird metadata on it and wouldn't work with the builder's wand anymore. So I had to check all that stuff into the void, which was kind of annoying. But I can fix it. I'll probably go over to the wasteland in the overworld and just take a whole bunch of dirt from it. I might also have some dirt in the storage thing. 2, 3, 4. I mean, look at this. Just a little bit of talking with you, and I've already almost done a complete bit of the wall here. And then I'll be changing it to... It'll look, I think, exactly the same as the other dome, at least until I get some stuff in it. I believe I want to get an outbuilding going on here. In fact, a couple of outbuildings. And I don't remember if I showed this stuff off to you. This stuff here, this is liquid poison. Don't jump in. It's got this kind of purplish color, as opposed to the green color that actual water has in this biome. And I have a whole bunch of magma cubes just sitting in the water, and they haven't despawned, and I have no idea why. Because I have been long gone, though, viewers, and the Magnum torch should have kept them from spawning, because they are definitely hostile mobs. But yeah, I got most of the immediate area at least done up with the dirt. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go, let me see. I'm gonna cut here and check the time, and if we have the time, I'll show you guys, I think, one more world that I've made, because that last world is going to also be pretty important, because we need a place for our various mob spawners. There we go. So yes, we need a place for our mob spawners, and I have the perfect place in mind. So I'm going to check the time, and we'll be right back, loyal viewers. Alright, we still have enough time to show off the next thing. So, I got my different things organized over there, and particularly sharp viewers who have probably played Chrono Trigger probably knows where this one goes. This is where I'm going to be putting all of our mob spawners, in the shell of Lavos. And it's still definitely a work in progress at the moment, loyal viewers. I actually had a fair amount of trouble with this one, because I like the dimension. One of the sky options you can have is Inferno, so I decided to have that for Lavos. But yes, I was having problems with getting this going, because I'd make this dimension, I'd have effect none going, but when I'd come in, I'd be all hungry and poisoned and so on and so forth. And that's because I didn't give the dimension time to charge up. Because your different dimensions obviously need to have power. And if you don't have them nice and charged, you start getting stuff like, fatigue and hunger and all kinds of stuff that makes it obnoxious. So, this here is the basic thing for Lavos. It's going to be this big. He's going to be a dome, and I'm going to be putting spikes on him. I'm not sure if I should make him bigger or not, because that is still quite a size. This is not small. This is radius 30, which I believe is just a little bit bigger than the domes in the future. I've got this Tyrian black futuristic armor plating tiles. That's because those seem to work best with this stuff. Arcane stone blocks. This is a chiseled arcane stone block, which you can make with Thaumcraft. It's smooth stone, 8 of them, all around an elemental shard, which we haven't gone into, but they're fairly easy to find. I'll probably go over those, how to make those later. And I'm going to be putting a couple of these just kind of around, because Lavos is a bit of a biological entity, and I thought that these look really cool and kind of convey the power that he has. And then I'm going to be basically turning the area between here and there into some kind of psychedelic floor that we can walk through. And then, we'll go through and we'll have all our different mob spawners going on. Blazes, witches, endermen, wither skeletons, and whatever else catches my fancy. Blizzes. Blizz and blaze. They are two different things, and they are both very, very useful. So, that's going to do that, and I think that's going to do it for this episode, little viewers. What have we done? Well, we've played around with our different dimensions. We've got one dome completely built. We have another dome soon to be built. And then we also have Lavos to build, which I'm probably just going to do the just the floor for Lavos for now, just because making domes is kind of a pain in the butt. But it's worth it for you, loyal viewers. Anyway, and then we'll be getting our various mob traps going, and we will probably be moving away from grinders, at least for most of them. Oh, that's something else we can check on. Do we have a block of... Oh, look how close that is, little viewers. Next time we will definitely have a block of octuple compressed cobblestone. And if you smelt that... How much longer for this? Yeah, we got a little while before it'll tick over. And if you smelt that, it becomes a block of bedrockium. And that's going to be good for a whole bunch of stuff. And we'll probably start off by replacing this essence drum with a bedrockium essence drum? I think so. A bedrockium drum full of essence would be more essence than we could ever need, loyal viewers. And it should give us enough left over to at least condense these guys and the other generators. Because I've heard people talking about that, the bigger generators aren't as efficient, and they are. They give you the same kind of power that having all of these guys going at once would. You don't lose any power as long as your energy pipe and stuff can actually handle it. Our advanced universal cable can handle about 6,500 or so RF a tick, which is plenty. It should be able to handle both of those at once. So, next time, we're probably going to play around with at least a little bit of bedrockium. And I think we might get ourselves an enderman spawner going on, because I'm starting to run low on ender pearls. Even with my little farm going over here, I'm getting enough to do some little craftings, but there's a generator that runs on ender pearls, and that can give me some really nice power. And I want to have more power, because I think we're also getting close to the point of me wanting to get my ores quadrupled instead of just tripled. So yeah, next time we will probably play around with Bedrockium. So until then, little viewers, I shall catch you on the flip side. Laters.